They watching my moves, yeah, do my dance. I'm a skinny little bitch, still shaking ass. And ain't shit free, niggas show me cash. Fuck a broke boy, I been had a bag. I come in first place, I never been last. A bitch act stupid, bitch get trashed.
Tell a story about the first time you realized people thought you were ugly.
Okay, so the absolute first time has to be when I was in like the 4th grade. I went to a predominantly white school. There was only one other black girl in like my entire grade, all the fixins. I don't know how or why it started, but basically it was a group of guys who used to ask me out as like a joke. So basically what would happen is they would send one person over wherever I was. They would talk to me for a little minute and be like, so do you want to go out? And we were in 4th grade. I was like, you know, yeah. And so then he would be like, no, I'm just joking, and turn around laughing. And my thing is, I didn't understand. Like, I didn't understand the joke. I'm replaying through our conversation, trying to figure out when he made a joke because I didn't understand what was so goddamn funny. Like, I didn't make a joke. He, for what I know, did not make a joke. And I just couldn't figure out. And this happened multiple times, by the way. This happened a few times. Your girl was, in fact, a dumbass. And it took me a while. It took me a good week or two. But then I realized, oh, it was me. I was the joke.
Tell a story about the first time you realized people thought you were ugly.
Pre-K.
Tell a story about the first time you realized people thought you were ugly.
So multiple times I realized people thought I was ugly, but there's one time I won't forget. It was in our sophomore year. This really cute guy just came into our grade, and everyone thought he was cute. I thought he was cute. But we shared a history class, and he sat behind me, I think, or next to me. And he came up to me and told me, oh my gosh, you're really, really pretty. And I was like, oh my God, thank you, thank you. And all the girls that were with him, I've never talked to them in my life. Maybe I smiled at them before, but talked to them, no. And they all came up to me and told me, oh my gosh, you're right, she's really, really pretty. And there was this one girl I didn't like. We never vibed. I think that's what it was. She came up to me and she told me, oh my gosh, you're actually really, really pretty. And I was like, what's that supposed to mean? What did I look like before?
Tell a story about the first time you realized people thought you were ugly.
So I come from a really big family, and I ain't always looked like this. So having 6 beautiful sisters, it's hard. It's going to be hard regardless when you have a lot of sisters. But I remember vividly this one time we was at the grocery store, and I was out with my mom and all my sisters, and this man walked up to my mom and was like, oh my gosh, you and your daughters are so beautiful. And then he looked at me and was like, how does it feel to be the only boy?
Tell a story about the first time you realized people thought you were ugly.
So my mom told me a story about when me and my brother were little kids and stuff, and basically how it went was that we had like a little double stroller type of situation because like I was a twin brother, a fraternal twin brother, which means like my brother looks different than I do, but we're the same age. And she would tell me that like whenever we'd visit relatives' houses and stuff like that, they'd always be like, oh wow, he's so cute to my brother and stuff, and try to pick him up and all that. And then they never did that for me. Actually, how it went was that so people would take turns holding my brother, but my mom would always be the one who held me. And then, not too long ago, my aunt told my mom that, wow, you know, I didn't think Liam would turn out the way he did. And like, excuse me, what is that supposed to mean? Like, you legit just thought I was ugly.
Tell a story about the first time you realized people thought you were ugly.
Oh, I'm gonna win this one. So my best friend at the time was starting to become popular, and I was the unpopular kid. So she had to ditch me, and one of the best ways to do that, she decided, was to tell everyone who my crush was. My crush found out on the last day of school. We had summer break. Then when I came back from summer break, my crush had moved, and my whole class decided to tell me that the reason why my crush moved was because he found out that my ugly ass had a crush on him. So he moved because of me.
Tell a story about the first time you realized people thought you were ugly.
I have a twin. Like, we're very different. We're fraternal twins, so we look like sisters, but we don't look like twins, I guess. She's blonde, and she has blue eyes, and she has big bonkers, and you know. You say this, make it better. We're new at one school, and when I told that she was my sister and stuff. They were like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. I was like, yeah, she's really pretty. There was this one guy that he was like, yeah, you guys are so different. He proceeded to keep going. Even people like next to me were like, bro. I was like, I know. Same guy did a list from the most beautiful girls to the most ugly. She got up in third. I was at the very bottom. Oh, and also she gave me the shirt. Love Bling 800. Yeah, love herself. Since no one else will. Anyways.
Tell a story about the first time you realized people thought you were ugly.
When we were playing Power Pups and had to be Mojo Jojo.
Tell a story about the first time you realized people thought you were ugly.
So, I actually have a lot of these. When I was in middle school, I was a little shy, so like nobody was really checking for me. But when I got to high school, that's when everything started going downhill. One time I accidentally liked the group rates thing on Instagram. They all rated me a 5 or 6. I had a lot of pretty friends. A lot of guys would come to me to ask me to put them on with my friends, and no one ever asked to get put on with me. And that's the same for social media, because I post my friends. People just slide up, who that? Put me on, put me on, put me on. I get posted on their social medias. Crickets. This the worst one, and it's recent. I went to Miami with a group of girls, and every time we encountered some guys, let's just say I was not the chosen one. It was so bad that I tried to shoot my shot at a guy, and he was very dry, but I got his Snapchat. He slid up on my Snap where I posted with my friend and said, what's her Snapchat?
Tell a story about the first time you realized people thought you were ugly.
Okay, so one time I was at school and my friend posted a video of me and his friend slid up and he was like, oh, bro, she's bomb. Like, you know, what's her ass? So give him that, whatever. But he's like texting my friend right next to me, asking him like, oh, is she pretty and all that? He's like, yeah, she's pretty. And he's like, what's her body like? And we both read the message at the same time. And he looked at me and was like, my friend was like, what do you want me to tell him? And I was like, ah! And I was like, just leave him unopened. That's kind of when I realized, like, you know what? Maybe I should start going to the gym. Get on a oxygen diet. But yeah, that's the first time I realized that, I mean, I was just cute. I wasn't even pretty.